All right, y'all. So recently we reacted to a very crazy, sad, and just insane situation. It's a body cam footage of cops pop a suspect wanted for ending a man's daughter. So this video is on my channel right now. You guys should definitely go watch this first before you watch this video. But recently we had a scenario where we are actually going to see the aftermath of that situation. So dad nearly I'm not gonna say that. Daughter after SA her police. So, you know, in the initial video, you know, again, go watch that one before you watch this one. I'll leave it in the link in the description. But, you know, we find this guy. He's a weirdo. Cops do what they got to do to detain him. Some pow, pow, pow get let off. And yeah, but now we're gonna get the full scope of the story of what really went down, because that guy was on some other shit, and the extremes they had to go through to kind of get him to, you know, detain him, arrest him essentially. It's pretty crazy. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video.
A beautiful young girl found dead. Her body allegedly left in a burned out, vacant home. The person who killed her and left her to be found by others, police say, her own father. And when police found him...
Oh my God.
Come here, man. Do it. What's your name? Kill me.
Newly released body cam shows that father, an accused murderer, allegedly pulling a gun.
Come here, man.
You hear what he said? Just kill me. That's literally what he said, bro. That's literally what he said.
Don't do it. What's your name? Kill me.
Newly released body cam shows that father, an accused murderer, allegedly pulling a gun on police who are forced to open fire. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. The story we're talking about today has rocked the community of Toledo, Ohio to its core, not just for the loss of life, but for the questions that are being asked about what could have been done to stop this from happening. This is the girl who lost her life. 13-year-old Kimani Latif.
Wow.
Police say she went missing on March 18th. 6 days later, on March 24th, this elementary school student was found dead inside a home in Toledo, Ohio. It was a burned out, vacant house. The coroner in Toledo released this statement saying an autopsy showed that Kimani was found with multiple incision wounds to the neck. That means something that was sharp, like a knife, was used to kill her. A day prior to Kimani's body being found, authorities put out an arrest warrant for her father. Here's his picture. His name is Darnell Jones. He also goes by Darnell Ogletree, according to court records. And there are plenty of court records related to this man. He has a lengthy criminal history. He's been accused of arson, assault, also illegally carrying a firearm. We'll talk a little bit more about his criminal record in just a moment, but let's get to this newly released body cam video of what went down when he was put under arrest. This video is from Columbus, Ohio police.
Come here, man. Don't do it. What's your name? Kill me. Dude, show me your hands right now. Me, bro. Pull your hand out of your... I swear to God, pull your...
Watch that there. At that moment, you can see Jones make a sudden movement and the officer fires multiple times. Now, I can't show you the moment that officers actually opened fire because of rules on YouTube.
Hey, I hope that's not the case and I don't get in trouble for it, but it's up on my channel right now. So, y'all can go watch that. Crazy, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Also might have heard what sounds like Jones saying, quote, "Just kill me," as the officer pulls his weapon to confront him on the street. Let's pick up this video as officers search Jones, who is on the ground, wounded, but still alive.
Shots fired, shots fired, gas in a second.
Damn.
Yeah,
watching this making me get scared of the video on my channel because it's up, but I reacted to a video that's also on YouTube, so I'm gonna pray that everything's okay.
Don't move!
Don't move! Alright, suspect down. All you guys are okay.
Crazy, bro.
Don't move. He's got 33 right there.
33 in his hand.
No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there's 33s right here. Don't you move or you're gonna get shot, okay? All right? Got it. Yep.
Again, guys, this video is on my channel. I really just want to know what happened, so I'm gonna skip through a little bit. But again, if you guys want the full video, I wouldn't say uncensored, but way more not censored. It's on my channel.
There's a charge of felonious assault on a police officer on top of the murder charge that he's facing in Toledo for allegedly killing his own daughter. The head of the police union in Columbus spoke to the media after Jones was arrested. He said that there was a bolo put out for Jones and officers knew who to look for. He also said this, according to WTOL TV.
This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town.
That is a chilling, disturbing.
I ain't gonna lie. It's almost an insult to call him an animal. Even animals not moving like that. Hell nah. I need to hear it again though.
Had her hands cut off and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town.
That is a chilling, disturbing, heartbreaking description of the type of case that authorities are dealing with. We looked into Jones' criminal history. It is lengthy, it is violent, and here's what it shows. In 2011, he was arrested for arson for allegedly lighting a commercial building on fire. Then, in 2015, he was arrested for carrying a gun after being convicted of the 2011 felony arson. A witness said in that case, he had fired the gun outside a home in Toledo. Then in 2017, we found that he was arrested for felony assault, where police say Jones smashed an alternator into the face of a man and sent him to the hospital where he
Oh my God. How is this guy still even on the streets?
had to receive 20 stitches.
This nigga's gone. Like, he's not even, you know, I guess anybody that be committing any crimes like this, they're gone mentally, but this guy is not even operating on a human level. He's just doing crazy shit. An alternator? You smashed an alternator in somebody's face?
Then in 2022, he was arrested again for carrying a weapon while having been a convicted felon.
How is he not in jail? How did he get away with all these things and was still walking free?
And the most disturbing charges, of course, now are the ones that he is facing for allegedly killing his own 13-year-old daughter. Court documents show he is charged with murder as well as assault and abduction. The court records say that Jones removed his daughter without consent of her guardian, reportedly her grandmother, from her home. The document also says that when police spoke with Jones, he gave inconsistent statements about where he went with his daughter. This is certainly a story that sticks with you because the details are so heartbreaking, and that is certainly the case when you see how the community in Toledo, Ohio have responded to what happened. According to WTOL, Kimani was in the 7th grade at an elementary school in North Toledo. She was on the honor
Isn't 7th grade like middle school?
roll. She loved to play basketball with her friends. A district spokesperson said that Kimani was set to receive a kindness award before she was killed. And there are certainly major questions about the red flags that were potentially missed. Lucas County Children's Services in Toledo is planning to review how it handled all interactions with Kimani Lateague and asked the state for a review. The head of the organization told WTVG that they feel they were thorough in her case. They say that Kimani was in the custody of her grandmother, who did admit to using physical discipline, but they said there was no evidence that meant that Kimani should have been taken from the home. They also say the teen told them that she felt safe in the home. Hey, I want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, Experience.
Get your money. Cool. Okay.
Life. It's always great to have you, sir, on Law and Crime. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. This is a really tough case, just in terms of a young girl who lost her life. And then it seems somewhat complicated because you have multiple jurisdictions now after this SWAT-involved shooting in Columbus. How do the courts handle this going forward, knowing he's going to face serious charges in Columbus, Ohio, but then the more serious charges allegedly killing his daughter in Toledo, Ohio?
Well, thank you for having me today. Glad to be here, although I hate the fact that we're talking about such a horrific case. The facts and circumstances of this young girl's tragic death are almost unspeakable. As that chief said, this is one of the worst cases he's ever seen. The question of what jurisdiction handles the case first or what order is usually decided as between the jurisdictions who have the cases. A lot of times we see cases that are related, but they have handles in different courts. For example, if a federal court brings charges, a federal prosecutor brings charges against an individual for certain crimes, but there are also lateral or related state charges, they'll come up with an agreement as between the two of them, which of those charges will actually be prosecuted or the order in which they'll be prosecuted.
Word, man. I think I'm gonna end the video here because now they're getting into a lot of court talk, and I'm not necessarily interested in that. I just wanted to really know the backstory, but I will leave the link to this video in the description, and then obviously the link to the full crazy body cam footage, which will also be in the description, and you guys can see it on the channel. It's not hard to find. I just posted it like a couple of days ago, but yeah, man, crazy sad case. It was already a crazy sad case when we watched it the first time, but I just wanted to kind of see the backstory and kind of get to know the man that got pew-pewed by the cops and why. So yeah, it's always a weird thing when we're reacting to some of these stuff, because it kind of leaves you in a speechless space where it's like it's not nothing to be joyful about for real. But hey, we're here though. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm excited to see y'all feedback, and let's talk about it, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Where you at?
Where you at, Berto?